So the first thing I thought of this morning was you last night in the chat on volume being like, dude, where are you? And I was live. It was just so funny.
It was the weirdest thing though, like honestly, because I'm sitting in the room and I'm like, where are you? Like, how, like, we got to go live because it's probably gonna be a short set break, and like you're usually here already. And then like I'm waiting and I have volume up on my other screen, and all of a sudden you appear and the volume goes live, and I was like, wait, did I click something? And then you're there, and I was like, wait, how are you? What room are you in if you're there and I'm here? And I didn't realize you made another room for it. And yeah, that was hilarious. That was really such a weird feeling to be like, wait, where am I if you're there?
Where am I? Oh man. So that's fantastic. We're actually running this on Facebook today, also giving them a little preview of what the members thing is, and they are more than welcome to come hang out over on Volume 2. I know Facebook doesn't often get the love we give to
everyone else. Yeah, I mean, you're also putting it back on YouTube for everybody on YouTube too, so they get the YouTube.
Hold on. The YouTube. We're so professional. I need to buy a mouse for this.
Oh, is it like a trackpad?
Yes. I hate these things.
My MacBook trackpad just went out, and let me tell you how frustrating it is when the little cursor is just like zigzagging all over the screen, and you're like, stop, I'm trying to control it. And it's like, nope, I got my own mind.
Right, tell him, Piper. Hit him where it hurt.
My own mind.
All right. If anybody's watching, leave a comment, let us know. We're going to try to do this the same time every week, I think, on Monday and Friday, but eventually it's only going to be on volume. Is how it's going to work. So, and we're going to be able to like look at clips and things. We're going to have some.
Yeah, we'll be able to bring up the news stories, videos, all kinds of fun stuff. We're trying to rework exactly what
visual, right?
Show will look like. Yeah, more visuals, right, and more, more interesting.
All right, think TMZ on K. So Cat Stevens, we love Cat Stevens. I tell you what, the Mona Bona Jackin album is probably one of my top 50 albums ever. I absolutely love that thing. And then he went on to Peace Train, and he has a bunch of hits. Anyway, he's doing a tour, or he was doing a tour of the United States with a book he just released. Play a few songs, talk about the book, that kind of thing. Supposed to start October 2nd. Can't get his visas.
Can't get his what?
Visa.
Oh, visas.
Because he's English. He's from England.
Great. Amazing. Love it.
So I guess the talking point or the larger question is, what's going to happen with things like the Olympics coming up?
World Cup next year, the Olympics in 28. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Like, I mean, obviously, I think attendance will probably be affected and down because, especially from South American countries, like, do you want to come here and deal with this? I highly doubt it. And even from Europe, it sucks. So, I mean, yeah, the whole thing's fucked. And then the bigger issue is like once we like Americans start traveling overseas and coming back, and then they run like your social profiles and stuff and make sure you haven't like offended dear leader or something and won't even let you back into the country. So I don't know, man. It's all fucked up. I hate it. It's so, and shit like this is just stupid. Like artists that can't get over or like get denied, and like scientists.
The guy who wrote Peace Train, he's a threat to world democracy. Come on.
Don't like that peace. Right. Take your fucking peace and shove it, pal.
All right.
You know what's funny? When I was what's up, Chris? Just got out of work. Nice. It sounds like a short day unless you had to be there early. I haven't even started work yet. When I was a freshman in college, the RA, I think we call them essays though, but the RA of our floor was a huge Cat Stevens fan. Like she loved that guy. So you could always hear Cat Stevens music coming out of her room. It was funny. He's great though. It's such a great mellow vibe, joint smoking, record playing, glass of wine drinking, chilling out.
And great voice. Do you know back before he put out the Mona Bona Jackin album, he was a pop star. he was like a Justin Bieber type guy in the mid 60s
Yeah.
in England,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
had a complete mental breakdown,
Yep.
and then reinvented himself as the Peacenik coming
Yep.
out with that.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Bungle, we
Yusuf.
saw a picture of you with Michael of Mike's Groovin' fame in the Discord with the shirt on. So many thanks to you for wearing it. That's
nice. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
But yeah, I mean, besides just his big hits, you know, he's one of those guys though that's like almost like a Van Morrison type too, where his catalog is so deep and diverse that like you know the surface songs, but when you get into him and his catalog deeper and some of the other stuff, it's really amazing. And there's a lot of stuff you didn't even know. Just like, I mean, it was only a few years ago I discovered like he sang this like "I Love My Dog," and I love that song. I can play it all the time for Piper and put videos to it. But like, it's so diverse. He has so many cool things, like songs like that are just in that vein of like chill, vibey awesomeness. So
and he did come up. He did have that whole point, I guess, in the 80s, 90s when he became Yusuf.
Yeah,
and he embraced being Muslim and he got some backlash for the Solomon Rashid, whatever that book, the Satanic Verses, because he said he agreed with the Fatima or whatever they
yeah.
So, and people are like, dude, you wrote Peace Train. What are you doing, man? That's okay. So do we want to talk a little bit about what happened in Hampton? I haven't heard anything else except the first night that someone died. I never heard if they caught the guy or anything like that.
They arrested somebody. They had somebody in custody. They found a few like miles or minutes or whatever after the incident when the police finally showed up. I mean, I don't really know a lot of the details other than what people have posted. And so I don't know. I saw Fish made a statement or put out a statement on it too. Yeah, I mean, regardless, it sounds pretty shitty. I guess last night in the pit there was an incident too. Somebody got arrested.
Like I saw the video. Jed sent me the video.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Just to the guy talking to the cops and then them arrested him. They were like, I guess it was after the incident when they were explaining to him, "We're arresting your ass now." I heard there were so many cops. They had a station set up in the back behind the stage, and there were cops like walking all through the concourse the whole time. I think they took that as a preface on Friday night to up their let's see how many tickets we can write.
Yeah, because I'm sure.
They make a fortune.
Once something like that happens, regardless of the cool state of things, they're going to increase presence, and then that just gives them more of a license to crack down on any bullshit that they see or whatever. I mean, I told you in Seattle at the beginning of spring tour, my buddy got kicked off the floor and kicked out of the venue for smoking weed. Like a security guard saw him on the floor in the middle of people and grabbed him and threw him out. I mean, I was like, "What, are you kidding me?" What?
Are we not at a rock and roll show
in 2025? Like, I mean, come on.
I can remember in the 80s at the Cap Center, you'd like duck down. Everyone was standing and you duck down and you just hit the one hitter. You never tried to smoke a joint though.
No. And it was always so like looking around and like, you know, and that was even trying to sneak it in too. Like I got busted at Irvine Meadows with like a pipe I told you this too, going to see Dead in Rat Dog. No, Further. That was the thing. Further at Irvine Meadows, which doesn't even exist anymore. And the dude's like, "I'm not letting you in with a pipe and weed." And I was like, "Are you kidding? It's a fucking Dead show." He's like, "Nope." So they made me go to a car and put my pipe back if I wanted to keep it. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me." Like, and that was, you
gotta have it disposable.
I know. Well, that's the thing I've learned is like a plastic disposable one hitter and like an like cellophane cigarette wrapper thing to wrap the weed in. So like there's nothing to set off the metal and nothing that you can't ditch easily. Learn those lessons easy. But Kev, honestly, in 2025, when we've come so far with so many things, to get busted for, I think it's also funny that, you know, because they have the no smoking rules in venues now, you can't even smoke cigarettes. So like if you're smoking a joint or weed or vaping, they consider that smoking. So it's like you can't, that's gotten lumped in now with like the shitty habit of smoking cigarettes. So you're like, great. So can't do any of that.
Put another win in the column for Couch Tour.
Yes. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, and it's not like you don't do it anyway, and you're not doing it, and you shouldn't be like, oh, blah, blah. But the fact that, like, at Seattle, to get thrown out of the venue for hitting like that is crazy to me. Like, that's just
It
crazy
is. It
in this
is.
day and age to get thrown out for smoking weed at a one hitter. You're not doing anything. It's not like you're fucking hitting a crack pipe or PCP on the
You're
floor.
walking in and they're like, why do you have a pencil and a piece of tinfoil folded up?
Right. Like, what's this glass pipe doing in your thing? And why do you have this like Bunsen burner like torch thing? And you're like, yeah, it's just
Somebody said that they were taking people's open packs of cigarettes, that you weren't allowed to bring in an open pack of cigarettes.
Well,
Now,
I'm not. I'm not surprised at that though, because they're like no smoking venue.
Right,
like,
but how do they find it unless you pull it out of your pocket?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You have to, yeah. They ask you to empty your pocket, so it probably comes out and goes in the little bucket thing or that little.
When they say
tray.
empty my pockets, I put my metal wallet in there because my wallet has a metal case. And I put my keys, and that's it. Because a lighter doesn't have enough metal to set it off. They have it set pretty low because they're just trying to find a gun or a huge piece of metal.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
if you pull your cigarettes out, I guess you're asking for it.
Yeah. I think I told you too at one. I went to see Fatboy Slim years ago, or was it Paul Oakenfoot? I can't remember. Anyway, we were going into the show, and like they did a full pat down, right? Like hands up, and the guy like does the full pat down, and even checked the small pocket on your jeans. You know, the small one in the front.
Jeez.
Stuck his finger in there and found my ecstasy pill and took it out. He's like, "Oh, what's this?" He's like, "Thanks," and like took it. I was like, "Ah, bummer." And then as soon as I got through the gate, he walked back up to me and he's like, "I'll sell it back to you for $30."
Oh yeah, you told me that.
I told him, right? I was like, all right, I respect the game. Here's $30. Give me my drugs back. I was like, I respect the fucking side hustle because I would do that too.
I would have bargained. I would have been like, I got 20.
Right. I'll give you 10.
I give you 10. Man.
But yeah, man, I don't know. It's a shitty thing. You know, if they really want to do something, why don't they go outside and bust the fucking nitrous vendors and the fucking people dropping balloons all over the floor and shit after the show? Why don't you go do that?
Mm-hmm.
And actually make a difference instead of fucking harshing people inside the show that are like trying to have a good time and tripping and doing shit. Like, come on.
Right.
There's a proper way to exert your authority.
Mm-hmm.
They were taking any candy or mints too. Learned quickly to put everything in my pockets. Jeez, really, Jen? That's crazy.
Wow. Why would you take candy or mints? I knew I made the right choice not going there.
Well, you know, like if you want Starburst, you know, like sometimes in your
Hampton, I seem to remember Hampton Cap Center, all of them back in the late 80s, early 90s were all assholes like that.
Yeah, I seem to remember a lot more harsh stories about East Coast venues, honestly, than West Coast venues. And like where I was in Colorado, even like it was a little more lax. That's why even today I find it so crazy when you run into these venues. You're like, wait, they're that harsh here? Like I thought they'd be like Hampton. You'd like, I thought they'd be cool here because like isn't there a ton of like
Hampton's in the South. Hampton's almost in North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's way. I mean, people think of Virginia.
East Coast. Like I just look at the East Coast as being like the what, like liberal, like more
right. Well, people think of Northern Virginia because it's around DC as being that liberal bastion,
right?
But the rest of Virginia is old school, growing tobacco, making moonshine.
Huge bag of candy going straight in the trash. Man, that's brutal. Go raid those for Halloween. See, like, it's crazy. That is crazy.
Did you get to watch any of Farm Aid?
I did not. No, I didn't see any of it.
Dave Matthews came out with Lucas Nelson for The Maker. Sarah Farrell came out with them and did Forget About Georgia. And then Billy Strings. Bill, you know what was cool? This was the best part about it. They were all 45-minute sets. Everybody got around 45 minutes. Oh, so cool. It wasn't like, you had to listen to 45 minutes of Winona Judd, but you knew it was only 45 minutes. And then on the other side, you're like, oh, I would listen to more Billy Strings, but you got that. So,
right.
Some of the things I like, Margot Price did Woody Guthrie's Deportee. She had Billy Strings come out for Maggie's Farm, Dylan's Maggie's Farm.
Nice.
Dave Matthews looked hammered.
Really?
Yeah, he looked like he'd had a few cocktails. Dylan only did 5 songs, but he did Watchtower to Ramona, Highway 61, Don't Think Twice, and a Bo Diddley cover that he's been doing.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so simply fantastic. It's neat. The only time I've ever seen John Mellencamp perform live are Farm Aid things, but I've probably seen like 10 or 15 of them doing that over the years. And man, he writes so many good songs, but you never hear people say, yeah, I'm throwing on a John Mellencamp CD.
Right.
Even though if you threw on his greatest hits, he probably has 10 tunes that you'd be like, wow,
oh, at least. Come on. Like, yeah, you would know if you went to his concert, you would know pretty much everything and sing along. It's one of those shows. It's like Tom Petty.
Sheryl Crow, right? My kids were like, oh, I do know every song she's
right.
written.
Exactly like that. It's in that same exact. Yes. Yep. Totally. That's funny.
You know, and it was goofy. They had like the politicians coming out introducing bands, and you know, and it wasn't continuous music. Band played, they switched out the stage. I think, you know, in between one set, what's his name? Earl, that guy Earl came out and did a song. But one year at Further Fest, they had Arlo Guthrie.
Okay, yeah,
was playing, and he played in between while they were switching. He came out.
Oh,
and
that's
cool. To the audience, and I like that format. If you're not going to have the side-by-side stage or the back-to-back stage,
totally. Yeah, that's great. I love it when there's like, yeah, something in between, so you're not just like like need to wander around or just like sitting there or like whatever. You actually get like a sideshow, so to speak, or like an extra performance or something, and that's sweet. Like somebody like Woody Guthrie comes out and just like entertains you with a couple
it was his kid Arlo, yeah,
Bluegrass tunes, or Woody comes out and like, yeah, whatever, like, you know, and you're like, this is great. This is and then the intermission goes so fast, right? Like then it's over and you're like, that was nothing. Like
right, exactly. I yelled out to him and I was like, play Tom Joad. And he was quiet for a minute, and then he's like, oh, Tom Joad. He's like, it took a while for your voice to catch up to me up here. And I was like, and then he played it, and I was like, wow. All 10 people who were in there in between the first two bands got to hear him do Tom Joad. So we've talked about Fyre Fest before, right?
Oh yeah.
And how Fyre Fest got sold on eBay for what, like $250,000.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I sent you that thing
back in July that happened, right? So the buyer now has been identified as LimeWire.
Yes.
How's that a twist for you there?
Yes.
They're going to relaunch the original Fyre Festival, and they intend to keep the brand meme behind it. And their quote was, with real experiences and without the cheese sandwiches. So good for them for leaning into it.
Lean into it, right? Exactly. When you know it doesn't work.
I think LimeWire was like Napstar's little sister, you know, or little cousin or something.
And it's so funny because that's like exactly what the dude said when he was selling it. Was like, the brand, it has its built-in name, like the brand's already so recognizable, right? And so to lean into it like that too and be like, we all know the cheese sandwiches, we all know the fucking stories. Like, here you go.
It's crazy that they sold it for $250,000, and that's what the people who were selling the 8x10 were asking for.
Really? They're asking for that much?
Well, the 8x10 so an iconic brand that has a good name. Hey Jennifer, I'm sorry, I'm just like seeing you popped in there. How we doing?
Still, that's crazy. 200 million. That's nuts.
250,000, not million.
250. Okay.
So, back when I lived in Fort Collins, back in 93, I guess, I saw Dave Mason play once. What was that club? The bigger club that was in town. The Aggie Theater.
Oh yeah.
Maybe?
Okay.
Was it the Aggie Theater? I saw Dave Mason play. Well, apparently he was in Traffic, if you don't know who he was. And had his solo songs. He's retiring, apparently. He's
retiring?
Yeah, he canceled all his tour dates this year, and then he announced yesterday that he's retired, that he has retired. There aren't going to be any more shows. So interesting, because there's the other side where you have the Who trudging out one more time, and Bob Weir, who's going to die on stage, you know. than someone like, then you have like the ELO guy, Jeff Lynne,
Right.
had to cancel the final ELO show because he fell down or something.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of crazy. It goes a topic we've spoken about before. Do you walk off with grace? Do you fade out, or do you rust, as Neil would put it?
It's funny you mentioned the Who. They just played the Hollywood Bowl the other night out here, and oddly enough, the videos I saw from it, which is hilarious, came from Corey Feldman's Instagram page, which cracks me up even more. But apparently he has known them for like, I don't know, 20 years or something, and is friends with Daltrey. Apparently not Pete Townsend.
Not good enough to come out and rip a solo with him.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like do his crazy Michael Jackson dance that he likes to do. But yeah, he posted all these backstage shit, and I was like, Corey fucking Feldman is like a Who fan, and like at the show, like posting with Robert Daltrey, and like it was funny. Anyway, he like posted Tommy they played and a couple other things. I mean, they didn't sound terrible from what he showed, and the visuals and stuff looked pretty cool at the bowl, you know, with everything set up.
It looks like Daltrey is going to collapse.
He is. It's crazy that I don't know, I just kept imagining him 50, 60 years ago singing that and being, you know, the hair and like the energy he always had and the swing and and so to see him up there and to actually hear his voice doesn't sound terrible. Like it's still in the range. Like it's not where you're like, oh, hang it up, pal. Like, cause he's always had that powerful voice, you know? So like, it's good to hear that is still there. Cause that's really the sound of the Who, you know, but, I don't know, man. It's still, yes, to your point that you kept saying, it's like the age thing definitely catches up to you. I think it's more forgiving though, too, when your entire audience is that age too, and are just there to see you and relive their glory and their like sound and seeing that. Whereas people like the next generation of us and anybody below us is more like, it seems such a nostalgic act. And like, I don't know,
and
like,
that's why you go see it.
Right.
You know they're not playing new songs. It isn't like Fish that continually, or up until a year ago, was writing, you know, every couple months you got a new song.
Right.
So
I mean, they already almost can't jump on the trampolines anymore, Jen. Like Jennifer, I don't know if you go by Jen or Jennifer, but like it's every time he gets on there now, the last couple especially. It gets it gets a little nerve-wracking. He used to be so good at moving that cord around and getting it out of his way, and now I feel like you're always like, oh god,
he's tripping over one day. He's breaking those beautiful long fingers, and we're fucked. We're all just done.
And he's got it harder than Mike does. We talked about this too because of the way like they bounce on and stuff. Like I feel like Mike's got it a little bit easier.
Mike practices
for sure.
Mike practices.
We've joked about this though. We've talked about, do they have other people come on stage and bounce on the trampolines for them? Do they just like
you pull someone off the rail to come up?
Or do they do like they do in Divided Sky and just like do the jumping on the ground without it? Or do they get harnessed in? Maybe they just need to be like harnessed in on the tramps and then undo the harnesses when they come out, or have a spotter there, like a spotter behind Trey to make sure he's not going to fall.
It'd be very hard to get rid of it, but they stop the vacuum solos every night. I mean,
Mike's legs are shorter. Yeah, that would help, I guess.
And Mike practices. He's standing in that weird studio with the huge glass window, bouncing on it, playing his bass.
I think I don't even think it's practice. I think it's just like something he would do. You know, like part of his like routine or exercise or something. Why not? Yeah, definitely an EMT on the side. I think they need EMTs like up there spotting them, just not just on the sides.
Yep.
But yeah,
Billy Strings won Entertainer of the Year at the IBMA Bluegrass Music Awards.
So let me ask you this: are there other bluegrass entertainers that should have won the award over him? Because I was kind of like, well, that seems like an obvious.
I mean, some of these other people who won instrumental group, Traveling McCourys, male vocalist Greg Blake, who is a fantastic vocalist. Allison Krauss won female vocalist. Who else? Sierra Hall won mandolin. I mean, you got to remember that somebody like Del McCoury, that there's a lot of the entrenched bluegrass entertainers. Like Norman Blake's still out there, I believe, and people like that. And then like Bela toured. I know Bela isn't bluegrass in the traditional, but in the past year, Bela got the Flecktones back out, probably for Victor Wooten's last hurrah because
Right.
he has something wrong with his hands. He has some disease where it makes it tough for him to play.
That
And he's still
sucks.
better than everyone else.
So-
Yeah, but I mean, Billy Strings has brought bluegrass to the masses.
yes. Well, he's that breakthrough artist, like
Yeah.
he transcends sort of,
Generational talent. Really, the man is
and transcends the
fantastic.
genres, like breaks through, like is out there playing with what, like Metallica or like whoever, and then Fish, and like, so like he's all over the place. So like it's again, like he's everywhere. So yeah, that's great.
All right, and that's what I had today. Is there anything you had?
And not really. I was trying to think of
We're going to do better Friday when we do this, because we're going to open up and watch some Instagram videos if we can, or other videos, because it's only going to be on volume. So we can't get popped by YouTube's algorithm. This
That's
one is
right.
on YouTube and Facebook. If you want to come over, anybody watching this, Slogans, just come over and go to the What Plus page, join the All Access. It's Slogans.
It's Slogans, and if
It's
it
the
doesn't
same
work,
thing
or
as
if it
here.
charges you, let us know.
Right. Yeah, if it charges you, let us know. We'll figure that out, because
Some
people
just
didn't quite work for.
Yeah, but Slogans should work and give you the access for 3 months, so you can check it out and join the fun, and then be like, "Oh, I'm never leaving. This is fantastic."
Right, but that's our plan. Is we're hoping to get an interview actually with the guy who is at the center of the Live Nation lawsuit that's finally going to a jury trial. 15 years he's been fighting with them. So
15 years in a legal battle with Live Nation. That is crazy.
And so what will happen with that is it will be live for all access members on volume to watch live while it happens. A couple weeks later, it'll show up on YouTube in a cut down form. So you'll be able to see it. And if you come on volume and you are watching it live and you want to ask some questions, we'll see if we can work it in. I can't promise anything anybody asks, but
you never know. But yeah, if they're up there, we can definitely work them in. We try to do that as we go through it anyway. And
don't ask something like, where's Hoffa's body buried or something, don't be that guy. I almost got thrown off a bus in Jersey once because I was fucked up. I was late to the bus driver. Dude, where's he buried? Come on, tell me. And the guy did not.
It's like, shut up and get in the back of the bus.
He was an old Bob looking
You see the sign? No talking to the bus driver. Right. Do you see the sign up there?
He was definitely in like witness protection or something, because he did not look like he belonged driving a bus.
The bus driver was?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh man. All right, guys. We're out of here.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll try and do this, like Kev said, next week with some more fun stuff.
All right. I plan on trying to do something Friday. So let's see if we can work something out Friday and give them 2 a week.
There you go.
For the time.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Have a great week. We'll talk soon. See you Wednesday night. Don't forget Wednesday night. We got a big show. Big show.
What's up, dog?
Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.